Hello and welcome back to a brand new series and maybe like something a little bit different for y'all. I wanted to start a series where we could just kind of like hang out, just us, chat about all the things that we're interested in and just kind of hang out and like have a really cozy, fun time together without it being like a big structured YouTube essay, dedicated topic, etc., etc. Just kind of like a weekly or monthly hangout where we just chit chat, kind of like we're having a sleepover. I'm super excited to introduce my sleepover series. If you are excited about the sleepover series, go ahead and click the like button down here and make sure you're subscribed if you want to stay up to date about when I drop the latest videos, if you want to be in the know. I don't think anybody regrets it so far. Today, I wanted to do something fun. You don't always get to see it completely in the background of all of my videos. You only get to see a little bit of it, but obviously you can tell that I've got a bunch of different plushies in here and I love all of them very much. They're all very, very cute, very dear to me, and they all kind of have like a different story behind why I got them, how I got them, where I got them, etc., who I was with, all of those good things, and what they all mean to me. And there's a bunch more also on shelves that you can't see. Today, we're gonna go through my plushie collection and I'm just gonna show y'all all of my plushies. I'll tell you how I got them all. If you're a fellow plushie enthusiast, plushie lover, etc., comment below, tell me what your favorite plushie is that you own or what the plushie that you want to own is that has eluded you forever. Mine is a P.O.Fin plushie. So I really, really want a Neopets P.O.Fin plushie and I've literally scoured the internet for it. It does not exist. I've even asked people who take like crochet commissions. I've asked if people would be open to crocheting it. I haven't gotten a positive response yet, so keep your fingers crossed that I eventually meet my perfect P.O.Fin plushie. Let's go ahead and start with the ones that you can't see in this frame. They typically live up on this shelf. I'll put some B-roll in here to show you this level of plushies. There are only 3 of them on this shelf, which honestly is kind of as many as I can fit because I've got other little things on there. Starting off first with Cookie from BT21. If you are a BTS fan, if you are BTS ARMY, obviously you know who this is, you know what this is. He's so soft, just like petting the back of it, he's so soft. This is one of 3 BT21 plushies that I own. This is like an official BT21 one. Yeah, this is like a very like a legit official BT21 one. I'm pretty sure that the 2 others that I have are like not knockoffs. I don't know. I'll check their tags. Not knockoffs, but like this one I got at the BT21 store in New York. I was there. I believe I got this when I got him when I was with my ARMY bestie. We were doing something in the city. We were like doing something BTS related and we were like, let's meet up at the BT21 store in Times Square, which like obviously neither of us have any reason to go to Times Square other than to do that. So we were like, let's go to the BT21 store first and then let's go. We were both unemployed when we met up because I remember we met up in the middle of the day and we were like, listen, it's not gonna be crowded, which is great. So for anybody that isn't BTS ARMY, BTS basically made their own little cartoon characters for their universe called BT21, which is their like cartoon universe. So they each designed a character and this was Jungkook's design. His name is Cookie with a C-O-O-K-Y, not to be confused with K-O-O-K-Y. If you know, you know. This was Jungkook's design. And at the time I did not count Jungkook to be in my bias line. I was like, it's just Namjoon. Namjoon's my bias. That's it. Like he's my bias. He's my ult. But I really loved Cookie and like he's so cute and he's pink and I was like, oh my gosh, so cute because I thought that he would also fit the best on my shelf up there. Now, of course, Jungkook isn't my bias line. It's Namjoon and Jungkook. They are my biases. And every day I suffer. So send your thoughts and prayers. The next one is, of course, the Moogle, my Final Fantasy Moogle. I reordered him from the Square Enix store when they went on sale. He's kind of like crocheted too, which is really nice. It's like really beautiful quality. If you can tell. He's got like really nice knitting. I'm not sure if this is crochet or not because honestly, I am not well versed in like plushie creation to know what is what. And to me, he looks the most like the Final Fantasy IX Moogles, which I obviously loved. I loved Final Fantasy IX. If you have watched any of my playthroughs, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, you know I have a first time ever playthrough of Final Fantasy IX, and it was just such a beautiful, wonderful experience. And I really wanted a Moogle plushie. So when Square Enix said that they were coming out with this, I was like, I have to go and I have to pre-order. So I did, and it was a really nice, like, it was a nice surprise however many months later, because I had forgotten that I ordered it when I opened the box. So I absolutely love him, and I love that his eyes are like the little half moons. They're so cute. I love him. Last one on this shelf is also something that I pre-ordered that was then later a gift to myself because I did not remember pre-ordering it because so many months had passed. Pochita from Chainsaw Man. I absolutely love him. Look at his little tongue. Of course, when Chainsaw Man came out, I was watching the anime. I've seen all the anime episodes that are out to this point, and I absolutely fell in love with it. My friends have been recommending the manga to me for quite a long time, and so because of the anime, I finally started reading the manga. If you know me, you know I'm bad at reading manga because typically the only way that I've found to read it is like read on desktop, and I don't like reading it on desktop. So then I finally downloaded the Shonen Jump app. It is still a little bit difficult for me to read manga because I have a rule every night where I turn off my technology at 9 o'clock, which is 30 minutes before I go to bed. Unless it's in physical form, I really can't keep up with a lot of manga. And that is so devastating to me because Chainsaw Man is really good. I am not super far in the manga, but when I get back on it, I'm really excited about it. I was really loving the story. Obviously, like I love Pochita. I thought he was so cute. I thought that him and Denji were really cute, and like the story was just, he was cute. And then, you know, this plushie went on pre-sale. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Not get him? So now we have a little Pochita plushie up there as well. Going on the next shelf that's up here that you never really are able to see in my videos, but I get to see them all the time when I walk into this room. We are starting off with the absolute knockoff of Koya BT21. This is my 2 out of 3 BT21 plushes. I just checked the tag. This is definitely like a knockoff Koya. I think it is. If it's not, Army, please let me know in the comments. But I think he's a knockoff. I think he's actually supposed to go. There's like a little window. There's like a little suction cup on the back of him. I think that he's supposed to either go on like your car somewhere. I don't have a car, so I don't really know like how people decorate their cars, but I think he's supposed to go on a car window or like a car, I don't know, somewhere hanging in the car, or maybe he's also supposed to hang on a window, but I feel like that would be weird. I don't want him to hang on a window and like get sun damage and all of that. So I bought him from a store in Orlando when I visited one of my very best friends, Dragon. When she was down there, she took me to the K-pop store that she goes to, and she was like, I know you'll love this. And so I was at the K-pop store, and obviously at the time I was like, I have to have a Koya, and he's like perfectly sized. A lot of times plushies are kind of too big. Like the plushies that are of things that I like, they're way too big, and I'm just like, I don't have space for that. Realistically, like I live in a small New York City apartment. Space is at a premium. I gotta make it work with what I have. So I liked that he was kind of small, and I definitely have gone to sleep sometimes snuggling him. I love him. He's so pretty. I brought him to the movies before. My BTS bestie and I, we went to go see the Yet to Come concert in movie theaters. I brought Lil Koyo with me and held on to him the whole time as I cried. So he has been a friend to me for sure. A Paparito. I do not know where he is from. This is literally just a puppy wrapped in a burrito. You can unwrap him. He's naked. The burrito's separate. You can just have him naked if you want. I feel like this is like I shouldn't be exposing him like this. I just checked the tag. Apparently this is from a company called Annie Rolls with a Z. I'm gonna have to check this video back to see if I rolled him back up the correct way. I don't think I did. I bought him when my Boston besties came down for a weekend to celebrate my 30th birthday. We went to one of a beautiful, beautiful store that I've been to many times in New York, Kinokuniya bookstore. It has so many awesome things. It has a lot of anime stuff. It has figurines. It has huge collection of books, obviously manga. And then on the bottom floor, there's like a ton of stationery stuff and there's plushies. There's so much. And so I wanted to get myself a little something for my birthday. So he is what I bought. I love dogs, obviously. And I was like, a pupperito, I cannot refuse. I don't know if this counts as a plushie. I'm counting it as a plushie because it's plush and it's soft, but here we go. It's Obi-Wan, but in small, teeny tiny, like bean form. Look, he's got the lightsaber. I have had him for so long. I had him at a job that I worked at. Gosh, I started there in 2017 and I was there for a while, and my coworker and I used to go to the Duane Reade, which was like right near our office. And if you're not in New York City, Duane Reade is just like a run-of-the-mill pharmacy. It's like a CVS or Walgreens. And for whatever reason, Duane Reade just like had the most random Star Wars stuff. And my coworker also loved Star Wars. So we would go there and we would find like really cheap little like Star Warsy knickknacks, and we would just buy them to put at our desks sometimes, not all the time, obviously. And this was one of them. So he sat at my desk for many, many years until obviously the pandemic. And then we no longer were going to the office, and now this is my office. So now he sits in this office and I love him. Obi-Wan has and always will be a favorite character of mine. I love him so deeply, and I think that his little bean form is so cute. Now we're getting to the things that y'all have in your view most of the time, or if you've stopped by any of my streams, you'll definitely have seen them. First, we'll go with the big guy. I didn't want to take him out because he's kind of a pain to like put back in, but if you can see here, you can see that is Todoroki. I obviously am a Todoroki stan. I am all caught up with BNHA. I'm caught up with BNHA the anime, not the manga. I have always deeply loved Todoroki. He is my boy. I have cosplayed him before. I've done actually a 80s punk Todoroki cosplay as well, which you can see on my Instagram at kittycole19. I love him a lot, and so one of my Boston friends got this for me for one of my birthdays a few years ago, and I love him so much. He's just hanging out. I love it, and I love that he like serves as like I feel like the light shining behind him is really nice. I love Todoroki. Like, that's my boy. That's my icy hot boy. Listen, can you really call it a gaming room if you don't have an Eevee somewhere in there? I honestly do not remember where I got this Eevee. I do remember that it was one of the first ever like things that I bought to kind of like accessorize or like decorate my little gaming space. So when I saved up enough money to buy my PS4, which that was like my dream for like years, I was like, I am going to work really hard and I'm gonna like really budget myself, and I'm gonna set aside enough money so that way I can buy myself a PS4 and I can finally play video games, which is something that I've always wanted to do, but like I've never had the resources. I've never been able to, like my parents weren't really big into fostering playing video games, any of that stuff. So finally I think that I finally bought it in 2017, but it might've been 2016 to be fair. I think it was likely 2016 that I finally saved up enough money to buy myself a PS4. And at some point, once I had bought that PS4, either before or after, I got this little Eevee because I had always thought the Eevee was really cute. And I said to myself, one day I will play a Pokemon game. And besides Pokemon Go, which I had been an avid player of for as long as it had been out. But I said one day I will play like another Pokemon game. And so in the meantime, I had like just this one little Eevee to kind of decorate my little console space. And the Eevee sat next to my teeny tiny TV, which served as, obviously my PS4 monitor. And so I got to look at Eevee for many years before I put her back on the shelf over there. Continuing with the Final Fantasy theme, we have a cute little adorable chocobo plushie. I really wanted a Moogle plushie, a Cactar plushie, a chocobo plushie, and the last one that I would like is a Tonberry plush. So this one actually, one of the beautiful members of my community sent me as a gift. My friend Rev sent this to me, and I believe it might have been for my birthday, or it might have just been because, I don't remember, but I like this chocobo plushie because again, he's really small. Like, I guess it's hard to, I have small hands, so don't use my hands for scale, but like, He's pretty small, and I like that I like that I could fit him without having to like make a bunch of space or get rid of anything else in order to put him up there. And chocobos are in every Final Fantasy game, and I love Final Fantasy. This guy, I don't know if you're really ever able to see him quite well in my background, but I have had this guy since I was very young. He is a character from the book Guess How Much I Love You, which was one of my favorite books to read as a kid growing up. It was one of my favorite books to read with my parents. I loved it, and there's like, it's about little nut hair and big nut hair, and it's really cute. And I don't remember how, but my parents, you know, somehow got this little guy for me. And as my parents continue to, you know, clean out their house and downsize and all of that stuff, as they get older, obviously I have to be taking some of my stuff back with me, which is a challenge again. New York City, space challenged, it's rough, but I was like, I wanna bring him back 100%, and I want to put him on my shelf and display him. I still think that it's like such a cute book and it's so nice. I'm not a parent, but if you are, I definitely recommend reading it to your kids because it's really cute and wholesome. Okay, as you can tell, we are on to our very last shelf. I don't want to move him because it's kind of a pain to get him back there, but this is my third and final BT21 plushie, which is an RJ plushie. I do think that this also might be a knockoff, but I can't tell because I can't check the tag, but I think it's like a headrest. I think it's like you put it, there's a strap on the back of him. So I think, car people, please tell me if I'm correct. I think what happens is that you put him on your headrest, like you like strap him onto the headrest so you can lean against him. Your head can lean back against him. That's what I think it is. I made the horrible mistake of putting him in the dryer. I got him on the same trip that I got my Koya plushie. So I went to a K-pop store with my friend Dragon. I wanted to wash him when I came home. And so naturally I thought it was just like a pillow. So I was like, oh, I put it in the wash and then I put it in the dryer. The wash was not the problem, it was the dryer that was the problem. So he has like, you can't really tell, but he's got like a bunch of little spots on him, dryer marks. What I really need to do is take a toothbrush and scrub him, but I have not gotten around to it. Neurodivergency, I just have not gotten there yet. One day I will though, and I love him very much, and he is very cuddly and snuggly, and RJ is, of course, a BT21 character that was designed by Jin. I just love RJ, probably honestly because Jin loves RJ so much. It's like, that man, I don't think he's like, I don't know if he's intentionally marketing it, but with how much he loves that character, I'm like, I love RJ now too. There's no reason that I wouldn't love it, but you know, it's like when you see somebody love something so much, you're like, I want to love that for you. And I just think he's so cute. He's like a little cartoon llama. What's not to love? I have an emote on Twitch that is a little emote of RJ because I thought that he was so cute. To round out our trio of Final Fantasy plushies, we have the Cactar one, which was another Square Enix pre-order. He is like so sturdy and very like well constructed, to be honest. Like these arms are like, he ain't moving. I just wanted something that was like really classic Final Fantasy and something that people would recognize no matter what Final Fantasy you've played. So I wanted, of course, the iconic Cactar. One of these days I will get the Tonberry to round out the collection, but I love him and I love that he is really recognizable. I definitely have people like comment and say like, hey, nice Cactar, or like, oh, I spotted the Cactar in the back. And it's definitely like introduced me to really nice, fun, and wonderful people in the Final Fantasy community. Vaporeon. Okay, Vaporeon was the purchase from the Pokemon store in New York, from the Nintendo store in New York, not the Pokemon store. The Nintendo store in New York, me and Dragon, we met up and we were gonna go out, we were like gonna go out to dinner. She was getting close to moving out of New York City and it was around winter time. And so I was like, well, like, have you been to see the Rockefeller Center tree yet? Like, since you've lived here, let's go do like some classic New York things. She was like, no, I haven't seen it yet. We went to go see the tree in Rockefeller Center, which is the Nintendo store is like right next to it if you've ever been. Went to the Nintendo store first and we each got a plushie. So I got Vaporeon because I love Vaporeon and I think Vaporeon is very cool. I love a water Pokemon and I love the tail, the like fishy design. I just feel like Vaporeon's really cool. And Dragon actually picked up this incredible Bowser, which is like really, the details on it are really, really cool. I want to say it's like a ghost Bowser. She would be the authority on this. It's like a nice little reminder of our friendship and also just like a nice memorabilia from our outing. These guys are actually both also purchases from trips with Dragon. Can you tell that when she and I hang out, all we do is go buy plushies? this one, Cinnamoroll is my favorite Sanrio character by like a huge mile. I love Cinnamoroll. I love Cinnamoroll anything. Like I have a Cinnamoroll magnet that's just sitting on my desk here. I have a Cinnamoroll hair clip. I have like a Cinnamoroll hair towel. I have like anything Cinnamoroll I'm so invested in. They had these really cute Cinnamorolls at the same K-pop store that the BT21 plushies were at, and they had them with different colors. So mine, it has like a little purple bow, and Dragon got a black one because my favorite color is purple. Dragon is obviously goth mommy, wears a ton of black. So we got the same one but in different colors. So it was like matching friendship plushies, which I thought was really cute. I also got this Leafeon at the same store on the same trip. And I got the Leafeon because I am an earth sign. So naturally, like I love grass type. I love grass type Pokemon. Bulbasaur was my starter. Like I'm a big fan. And I think that Leafeon's design is so beautiful and really cool. But this really stems from, I was doing a packing stream with Dragon when she moved from New York to Florida, and we were doing a packing stream on her channel over on Twitch. She was packing up all of her plushies, and she brought out this plushie that to me looked like Leafeon. And I was like, oh, I know who that is. That's Leafeon. And she was like, Katie, no, that's Terriermon from Digimon. I have never seen Digimon before. That moment has been clipped and it forever lives on her Twitch channel. And my community trolls me about it all the time. Her community trolls me about it all the time. And so now whenever I see a Leafeon, I'm like, oh my God, it's Terriermon, and vice versa. So when we were in the store and we were browsing all the plushies and stuff, and I saw this Leafeon and I was like, I'm here with you. There's a Leafeon plushie. Like I have to get it. And again, he's really small. He's like one of those little like guys that lays. So I like that he's really small because again, I can kind of fit him into these tiny shelves. I said I loved Cinnamoroll, and I do. I have no like sentimental reason that I bought this. I was walking around my neighborhood. There was one of those stores that had opened, one of those stores where you can play like the claw or like the gotcha games kind of, where you like get like an egg or something and you open it up and you see which one you got. But they also were selling separately. So you could try and grab one of these in like a claw game, or you could just buy one. And I went up to the cash register and I was like, how much is the Cinnamoroll one? And he was like, it's $10. And I was like handing him my credit card already. I was like, yes, $10, have it. So there was really no reason for me to get this other than I love Cinnamoroll, and seeing him brought me so much joy. And I was like, I would like to take him home. So now he's here. Last but not least, in my room, I also have this little Pusheen who is like on a keychain. It's a little latte Pusheen. I got him in a blind box. I actually still have the box. So it's this Pusheen blind box, and you could get one of 8, and these were all of the options. And so I got the little latte Pusheen, which I thought was really nice and very serendipitous, because I will always, like if I go to a coffee shop, I'm gonna order a latte. I'm gonna order an almond milk latte. That is just like, that is my order at a coffee shop. So I thought that this is cute because it combined 2 things that I love, which is plushies and coffee. So there you have it. Those are all of the plushies in my gaming room. Let me know which one you liked. Let me know if you know of a Piofin plushie maker or somebody who takes plushie commissions who would create a Piofin plushie for me. I'm literally begging. Let me know in the comments as well what your favorite plushie is in your room, or if you have a certain thing that you collect or anything like that. I would love to hear about it. And I hope you enjoyed the first part of our sleepover series, and I will see you at our next sleepover next month.